Welcome everyone to our final general meeting of the semester and the year. Thank you all for taking the time to come and just enjoy our last meeting together and kind of going over the highlights and triumphs of ACM during this past spring. So we're going to start the meeting off with some cool stats and just news from ACM. First of all, thank you for being active participants of ACM. We've loved seeing this club grow over these past 2 semesters, and especially with the exponential growth we've seen this spring. It's really awesome to have just members who found a home in our club. And so, yeah, go ahead and pat yourself on the back for being part of those 450 plus members. And then we also pulled off 40 events somehow this semester as well, which is incredible because of our hardworking paths and our team who's put in a lot of work to make it so that members have a lot of different choices in the event that they go to and a lot of different opportunities. Just really appreciate everyone's hard work in making these events both diverse and enjoyable for our member base. And we also did 6 collaborations as well, including with, but not limited to, clubs like SWE, acmW, NESB, Theta Tau, as well as DSC. So we've had a lot of great collaborations and a lot of great events that were born of that. So yeah, thank you for attending those events, and also thank you to the clubs who helped us out. Quick recap on one of our bigger events, Linux Fest. So we had 50 plus participants and helped students set up the ToughX environment for their classes. And we learned a good amount of Linux. So we had little activities where you could learn about Linux, and it was a really fun event. This was a collaboration as well. So yeah, thank you for those who came to the event, especially to those who volunteered and helped us this event together. And then this is a new event that we started this semester called the CS Faculty Panel, which is really fun to put together. And it was great to bring together some of the representatives of the CS faculty in order to give some insight onto what was happening on the professor side, and students also got to voice their opinions in terms of how they felt about the semester and other things. And we just had a great conversation with our professors and our faculty members. And so thank you to everyone who participated in that event. And then we have the ECS Diversity and Leadership Summit, which was very much a success. It was 2 whole days, and we were really glad to be a part of that and help as one of the participating clubs. And it was awesome to be able to give people the opportunity to go to a summit, especially considering how expensive these kinds of conferences can be. It was awesome for ACM to give back, along with acmW, SWE, and NESB were other collaborators in that event. This is one of my favorite collaborations of the semester, actually. It was Hacking the Tech internship. And it was 2 events in total, and it was collaboration between ACM, acmW, and SWE. And we got a lot of feedback from our members that this really helped them understand what they need to do in order to kickstart their careers. And yeah, it was an awesome series, by students, for students, in order to help people land an internship through the lens of CSUF's engineering students. And so I am ecstatic to announce the upcoming board for the 2021 through 2022 school semester. Please give a warm welcome to these folks. These will be the next generation of board members that will be leading you into the next school year. So congratulations to Aaron, who will be the president, Carney, who will be the vice president, Tommy, who is going to be the treasurer, Ethan, who is a webmaster, Armand, who is going to be the algo director, Son, who is going to be an algo officer, Mike, who is going to be the create director, Samuel, who's going to be a create officer, Wesley, who is going to be Dev Director, Andy, who's going to be a Dev Officer, and Sammy, who's going to be a nodeBuds Officer. So congrats to these folks for stepping up and getting that position. And we're really excited to see what you guys do next. And now I'm going to pass it off to Charlene to tell us a little bit about the workshop highlights.
Hi everyone, my name is Shalane Mathur. I was the co-workshop manager for ACM this past academic year. And I just want to go over some of the accomplishments that we did over the past year. We did host various workshops throughout the spring semester. We ranged from various topics from introduction to Git and GitHub, where we taught various Git commands that everyone should know, especially like when they're working with projects. And then we also did like an introduction to Python workshop where we went over the basic things that you use in Python, like variables and loops and APIs and stuff like that. And then we did like a demo at the end, making a rock paper scissors game.
I'm the other workshop manager, and my name is Johnson, and we did also did an introduction to HTML workshop where we showed students how to build a website. And then we also did creating a portfolio website workshop where we showed off a template on creating a portfolio website, and there was a cool project behind that, and then there was also a demo for that.
And then we also did a custom README file workshop where we taught people how to make their GitHub profile look a little bit more cleaner, a little bit more nicer, more appealing to those looking at their GitHub profiles. So we also did that. And now I will pass it up to Jacob.
And now we're going to transition over to our paths. Just a quick word about paths. It was a brand new initiative that we launched, and we are so proud of where they've ended up. We have acmAlgo, we have acmCreate, acmDev, and nodeBuds. And we're going to have these teams go ahead and share out their highlights for this semester as well. So we're going to go ahead and start off with nodeBuds.
For nodeBuds, it's the ACM mentorship program. And this semester, we had 9 mentee and mentor pairs, along with 2 events that we hosted. The nodeBuds program is really meant to have a relationship between the mentors and the mentees, though. So the events aren't our main focus, but we have a closing one and an opening one normally. The mentees and mentors all kind of come there for a different reason. So some mentees are looking for more professional advice, some are looking for technical advice. And I think so far the program has done a great job kind of giving that advice to the mentees that needed it by matching them with mentors that had the appropriate knowledge and experience. So it's worked out quite well this semester.
All right, now we'll pass it over to acmAlgo to share some of their highlights.
Hello, so I'm Kevin from acmAlgo, and I'll go into some of the highlights that we have from this semester. So we hosted a total of 7 events this semester, really great events. Some of the last events were data structures, OpenView, solving leak code problems, and then our combo event with acmDev, which was code golf. That was a really fun one. And then we really hope to improve the algorithmic proficiency of students this semester, and we did our best, and we thought we successfully did so. And so we also hope that we taught students different ways about approaching coding.
Okay, back to acmCreate. You might have seen that I changed my background because I got the pleasure of wearing multiple hats. Yeah, it's been really fun to get to build acmCreate as a program as its director. So we hosted 8 events / workshops this semester, and we had a main series that went into things like Figma and a couple other events. We also did a rebrand, so all the beautiful icons, most credit goes to Mike, who is one of the Create officers who led the charge with that rebrand. And he was also involved heavily with the website redesign, which everyone will get to see as well. Yeah, I just wanted to highlight these 2 events because they were really fun. So we had an Intro to Figma series, which kind of taught students how to use this really powerful design tool, highly used in the design and tech industry. And then we also had a Fun with Frank event, which I just thought was really cool. I think everyone has seen our mascot, Frank, who's really cute. And so we've had a lot of fun creating an event around that.
My name is Sam Sandoval, and I'm the dev director for this semester. I've had the great privilege of really helping to formulate this great new path we have here with ACM, focus on developing software-related projects and hardware potentially in the future. So yeah, let's show what some of our highlights were. So we hosted different software project-related workshops and things like project design and really understanding how the agile software development system works. That is popular in industry that we wanted our students to really get a hold of and use on their projects. We utilized the Discord platform that ACM has to host some of these events, and it was pretty awesome to just see like a ton of people in a VC. I think a lot of the time our classes and club events are on Zoom, so I thought, maybe let's try using Discord, and it was just great to see so many people tuning in on Discord and so on. So yeah, and out of the different project teams that we we had this semester, we had 3 of them that successfully completed their projects, which will be showing their demos and so on. So yeah, I'm really excited to kind of showcase that. But on top of that, we did have 2 main things I wanted to focus on, which one were the acmDev projects. We didn't really make too much graphics for this, but here's like a showcase of all the different teams we had. We had 5, it kind of shrunk down just because some people didn't really show up. But yeah, we had our acmDev projects, which are semester longs, and students work together when developing a project using certain technology. The 3 that we'll be showcasing today are going to be talked about in a bit. And then we also had a collab event with our friends at acmAlgo, and we did a cold golf challenge, which was pretty fun. We had a small turnout of people that really kind of solved some programming challenges in C++. And it was great to see people, solving problems using C++ in the shortest line amount of code. So yeah, these are some of the great highlights that I enjoyed this semester with acmDev. So next we'll be on our project demos. So we had 3 projects that students worked collaboratively on this semester. We had one that was the ACM website, otherwise known as the open source project, since the students here forked the repos and really kind of contributed like if it was an open source project. We had a group that worked in C++ developing an application that shows you the different time zones and so on. So I'll have our dev members kind of explain each of them. And then we have our last one, which is our mobile team, which worked on a cross-native mobile application, which they also built. So our first project here is our open source team, which worked on the ACM website. With the help of acmCreate and their rebrand, we really worked together to make a website that shows what acmCSUF is. And we felt that our old website was kind of hard to keep updated, and we wanted something that kind of showed our branding and showed what ACM is so that students could join ACM and get that from the web. So yeah.
Hello everyone, my name is Ethan Davidson. I am the webmaster of acmCSUF's Spring 2021 semester.
My name is BJ Warfield. I'm one of the contributors to this project.
My name is Duc Ding, and I'm also one of the contributors for this project.
We are a part of acmDev's semester-long project open source branch.
Our project was to create a new website to represent our ACM chapter at CSUF.
With the help of acmCreate, we have a cool design to work off when writing this site.
As for our continuous integration solution, we chose Vercel for its simplified deployment experience and convenience. After every commit made to a branch, Vercel automatically generated a preview deployment, which came in handy quite often.
To create the site, we chose a Svelte framework called Sapper because it allows us to produce a codebase without much boilerplate, so we could focus on making our site unique instead of worrying about web development pitfalls.
We chose to use TypeScript in our Svelte components to help us avoid bugs that we would have encountered if we would have stuck to vanilla JavaScript, which saves us a lot of time and improved our development experience.
With Sapper's opinionated project structure, we were able to maintain an organized code-based architecture.
The source code for each page of the site can be found under a source/routes directory, for example, where Sapper generates pages based on the file structure.
For the event page, we created an API that fetches data straight from acmCSUF's Google Calendar. The nodeBuds page shows off some information about nodeBuds.
The Connect page links to all of acmCSUF's social media destinations. There's even a Get in Touch form for those interested in reaching out to us. The site is filled with join buttons that link directly to this acmCSUF Discord server.
That was our acmDev semester-long project. The site will always stay open source on GitHub, and if you are a member who is interested in contributing in the future, watch the ACM Discord server for any updates or information regarding this project. Thank you for watching our demo video.
This is our demo that we have been working on throughout the semester called Tuffy Clock. The main purpose of the program is to allow users to click on a variety of buttons, each with different time zone names, and will display the area of the map and its current time according to whichever time zone button was pressed. For our program, we use C++ and SFML, specifically two of its libraries called CPP-utils and Chrono, in order to build our code up to where it is now. Right now, our program displays the correct time zone according to whichever button we pressed. So like, for example, when we press PDT, it shows this map, and if we press MDT, it shows this one. And at the moment, the program is still a work in progress, and as it does not show a time zone's current time, but hopefully in the future, we will be able to make a fully functional program that allows users to see the map and time of a certain time zone with just a click of a button. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Armand, and I'm an ACM Dev Officer for Spring 2021. I had an awesome time working with this group, and they have a really cool project to show you. They went through a full semester-long development cycle with backend and front-end integration while learning the React Native environment. So now you get to hear more from our team leader, Jason.
Hello, my name is Jason. I am the project manager for this project. Me and my team will present a demo of our application we worked on for the past 2 months. So I'll let Lisa explain the functionality of our app, and then I'll continue with my explanation of it.
Well, to give a little background as to why we created it, well, just imagine that it's Saturday night and you're trying to figure out what to cook, but you don't know what to do. So then we decided, why not make an app called Reciplease to do it? So we had our introduction page, and then right when you click start, it leads into our little questionnaire. So we have a question: what type of diet are you on? I guess I'm on keto. So we're going to continue on forward. Less than an hour because it's been a long day. And then I'm kind of craving some Asian food, so we'll click on that. And dinner, please. And then it'll generate a list of recipes based on my preferences.
So Reciplease is a mobile app where users answer a couple questions regarding the type of foods that they are interested to cook up, and based on their answers, many delicious food recipe options will be provided to them, as you can see from the screen right here. So to be able to create this project, our team was divided into 2 groups. One consists of the front end, and then one consists of the back end. The front end team consists of me, Lisa, and Albert, and the back end team consists of Armand, Ethan, and Niftikar. So the front end team worked on the questionnaire aspect of the questionnaire, overall design of the UI, and just the screen transitions, which you could see right here. And the backend team mostly focused on the requests through the food API, presenting that information to the user, which you can see right here.
For the front end team, we were in charge of creating the interface of the introduction and questionnaire pages. What you're currently looking at with this animation was provided through us through Lottie, a site that provides JSON-based animated files to developers. So we imported this animation from there and included it in the project. Through React Native, we were able to create our app using JavaScript, which helped in creating the functionality of the app, and HTML, which allowed for us to create the interface of the app. For the backgrounds of the pages, we declared the links of our desired images at the top. We then created an array for the user's selected choices from each question. We also have created a button component to help in the style of our button choices. In our introduction page where it says style.blank, it refers to our styles constant that enables us to make and modify the styles of our text, button, and other components. For our questionnaire pages, they have similar elements from the introduction pages code, but were modified to meet the objectives we wish to accomplish here. In terms of design, I chose what I thought would be best in our food cooking concept. The hues used seemed enticing for what we were aiming to achieve, which was a fresh and vibrant interface.
Hey all, I'm Albert. I helped the front-end team add functionality to the buttons and screen transitions to our to our app using the onPress function. The stack navigator enabled the user to move through one page to the next, and we also, it's not uncommon for users to unknowingly press buttons, so the front-end team also added features like decreased opacity to all the buttons when choices were added to let the user know that it was pressed. And as Nerlisa mentioned earlier, all choice buttons add a selected choice to an array, which will later be processed.
Hi, my name's Ethan, and I'm one half of the backend team. And the first thing that we had to tackle was mainly finding an API that we wanted to use. There was a lot of things that we were looking for, mainly like how specific we can search things, and also like which ones would be easier to implement. And we ended up deciding on the edamame recipe research API. And at the bottom of the webpage, you can see sort of all the sources that it pulls its recipes from. You'll see a lot of really big names. Like for example, like Bon Appetit and Food Network, sort of like the two biggest giants in like the food media industry right now, both on YouTube and on TV. You may also recognize some well-known brands that are used at home, such as Berea. It's a popular pasta brand and is pretty much found in any grocery store. And it was for that reason that we decided to use this API. Not only that, it's free, and being college students, we didn't want to spend a dime on this, and was mainly looking for like a learning experience. So this being free, all these well-known sources were really, really nice. Also, another really good thing about this API is that it allowed for a very specific searches and requests.
Hi, my name's Iftikhar. I'm also part of the backend team. So to get the API to work, we needed to identify the specific query parameters that would allow the API to return the exact customized set of data that's consistent with the user's answers to the questions. So for example, the parameter called health takes in data regarding dietary restrictions, such as being vegan or vegetarian. Because our app only consists of a few different questions, we only needed the parameters relevant to those specific questions. So each time a question is answered, the answer is placed into an array, which you can see in the terminal underneath the code. And after all questions have been answered, the array is used to generate a URL containing all relevant parameters and the answers associated with them, which you can see in line 266. And you can see as you go down the line that the query parameters are surrounded by quotation marks, and the associated data obtained from the questionnaire is set equal to them. Now, once this is done, lines 271 to 274 make a GET request for this URL, and the data fetched from the URL is returned as a JSON response that consists of an array of different recipes and tons of other information about them. For our intents and purposes for the app, we only needed 3 items for each recipe, which were the recipe name, an image of the food, and the link to the website the recipe can be found at. We then displayed the food images and names on the screen, and tapping on any one of them takes you to the website for that specific recipe.
So yeah, that's our small little application we worked on for the past 2 months, and it was a lot of fun, and I hope you enjoyed our presentation. Thank you.
Very interesting project. I'm glad to see that all these different projects were culminated in just the term of a semester, and can't wait to see where they go.
So thank you for an awesome semester, everyone. And yeah, it was great to be together one last time. Don't forget that you can connect with us through our social media. And yeah, that kind of concludes the semester for ACM. Thank you, everyone.